Ungrim Ironfist had now secured 4 provinces, with a small garrison to cover his south flank and a new trade deals with the 2 Dowie clans. Ungrim looked to the north and to secure the Great Hold. Someone else was already there.
After an easy capture of Mount Squighorn allowing a nice choke point, I'll place a lord there to protect that flank. I then move my main army quickly up north, moving swiftly through the underway. Leaving a 3rd backup garrison at Krasnik's lair, I turn my attention to securing the northern holds. Azhag held Khazad Kulas and the mighty hold Karak and Gur. No armies in sight. I attacked. A small garrison felt the might of my artillery. My army had not lost any units and outmatched this army. Slayer in my side, this was no worthy battle, but it did give more experience to my still young army. With the advancing army softened under shot and rock, I moved my quarrelers up front to trim the horde. From a previous battle, one of my Dowie had found a magical ring. Perfect time to test it. Not bad at all! Slowed the ring down. The main line reached my sturdy warriors, now getting used to this type of fighting. The Dowie held and the fire from my missile units and artillery had weakened their resolve. They quickly ran. With the hold captured, 2 huge armies came for Karak and Gur. One came straight for my army. I met them in the underway before they could siege Khazad Kulas. A large orc and goblin army came out of the black. It was Azhag himself, a quick counterattack to my moving in on his territory. I sized up my foe, a lot of archers and few mobile units, including squigs. I could hear the scream of goblin being launched from behind the army. Primitive, but effective. With a mighty Dowie roar, my reinforcements entered from behind the main army, eager to support. Miners and more quarrelers, a welcome sight. Some goblin wolf riders tried to be sneaky and get a few shots into our right flank. I ushered a Dowie unit of quarrelers to send them back. The main battle line got closer and I ordered my artillery to slow down and protect our left flank. With a yell I ordered my Dowie forward ahead of my skirmishers and charged the enemy. Magic was being cast on my Dowie from Azhag Crone, and his sheer strength was causing my left flank problems. Even with my elite warriors of Dragonfire Pass there. The main line was brutal fighting. It was the most even fight so far, maybe even to their advantage. But Dowie training strength and our leadership was true, and we held against the greenskins. Out of the corner of me eye, I saw Azhag cast a spell sending my elite Dowie flying. I roared and tried to get to the war boss. The squigs were alongside Azhag and causing us problems. I sent over more troops to secure the left flank. The right flank, which had a weak attack, was falling, but the stronger orcs in the center were not for moving. The Doom Diver kept up its constant bombing of my back lines. I had managed to reach Azhag and forced him away. The left flank with Azhag running back down the underway started to break. With their leader gone, I ordered my quarrelers to force the night goblins back. Now only a matter of time before the center broke. While this fight was going on, word had reached that they had attacked my army from the south. Hoping that they had held, I read the report from my lord, Ungrim Ironfist. My king, we've been attacked by Azhag and an elite bunch of his troops. Azhag is under Grimgor's banner and my king. It was a very cavalry-based army. Boars, squighoppers, and wolf riders. I'll set my army up with the elite miners you gave me in front, where their explosives can do maximum damage. Of course, Azhag brought his orc magic and tested us early on with an early shot. With my manners up front, I started to set up my troops, covering both flanks. The quarrelers' bolts didn't discourage them, but a few came down from either flank. The initial attack happened on both flanks and I moved my manners to the right to get some shots to help break their morale. I have not seen the power of these charges before, and they destroyed some squig hoppers and goblins. These were the elite hoppers and they kept coming through the fire. The center was now where the action was, and I waded into support. More foul orc magic pinned my dowie in place on the right flank. All my forces were now in the fight, but we had kept the catapult free for now to pin down archers at the back. I managed to freeze some miners to support my rear, and they quickly ran. Only to turn around and charge again, but we were in formation and held our nerve. Even with a late charge, they had enough and we sent them packing. Thank Grimnir they held and I ordered more troops to support that army and planned my next move. However, Azhag was not done yet.